Hallo, guten Tag. Heute arbeiten wir mit deutscher Aussprache, so German pronunciation. Okay, let's look at how the individual letters make sounds in German. So, ah, right, you're going to hear it sound like hot or father, sometimes like cat. So here's some examples. Ah, Mat, Fahne, camping. Okay, the B in German is like the B in English, at least at the beginning of a word. At the end of a word, it has more of like a P sound. It's not vocalized. So here are some examples. Buta, Gelb. Buta, Gelb. Okay, C is not used much by itself in German, okay, but it makes the ts sound just like the Z. So here are some examples. Cent, Celsius, Cent, Celsius. Okay, the D in German makes the same sound as the D does in English. However, at the end of a word or syllable, it sounds more like a T. So let's go like that. Dama, Kind, Dama, Kind. A, letter A. Of course, that's E in English. So some sounds that it makes, or A, but not, it's never really long though. Weg, Nama, Sehen, Weg, Nama, Sehen. So the F is the same as it is in English. Fish, Schiff. Okay. The G in German, or G as we know it in German, okay, will sound like G at the beginning of a word and K at the end of a word. Geist, Tag, Geist, Tag. The H sound in German is the same as it is in English. So the German letter Ha. Haben. Hallo. Okay. The letter I, in German we call that E. It will make the long E sound. Ideal. 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 Let's do that one more time. This is ideal. Ideal. The J in German, J, sounds like the Y in yes. Ja. Jahr. The K makes the hard K sound just like it does in English. K. Keks. Kellner. Okay, the L in German is similar to the L in English except for it's more at the front of the mouth. So in English we do it in the back, O, and German in the front, L, O. Not O, but L. Here's some examples. Lippe, Hell. Notice that I did not do that in the back. It's not hell, okay? Hell. The M makes the same sound as it does in English. Mann, Mund, Himmel. The N sound sounds like it does in English. Nacht, nix, bin. The O sound is much like the long O in English except for shorter. Op, gold. The P sound, okay, sounds like it does in English. Papier, opa. We'll go over Q a little bit later because it's always combined with a U. So we'll look at that a little bit later. R sound. Right? We know that you have to roll it in the back of your throat. So this is probably one of the most difficult consonants for English speakers to replicate. Rot. Rente. Let's do that one another time. Rot. Rente. Okay, the S sound does sound like a Z at the beginning of a word and has a sharper sound, okay, elsewhere. Zupa. Sehen. Super. Sehen. Okay, T in German is pretty much like it is in English. Tot. Telephone. The U sound, oo, right? Just going to make a U sound, not like the umlaut U, but unter. Tun. Unter. Tun. Okay, the V in German sounds like an F, okay, especially at the beginning of a word. Vater. Vergessen. Okay, the W sound. Okay, there's no W sound in German. So, and as we learned from the alphabet, German alphabet earlier, the W makes the V sound, like a V. Woche. Weinen. Okay, we don't see the X sound very much in German at all. It's usually in borrowed words, so we're not going to really worry about that right now. The Y sound. Okay, in German, rarely makes the Y sound. In that case, we'd use the J. So this means instead, we're usually using it as a vowel sound. But unlike English, where it makes a long I sound, in German it makes the same sound as umlaut U. So Ü, Physik, Lyrik. Okay, this is different than the U sound from the letter U. So that was unter, Lyr. So Physik, Physik, Lyrik. Okay. Zet. Okay, this makes the TS sound. And in English, we don't have that sound at the beginning of words, but we often have that sound at the end of the words. Hits, shots, Brits, bats. Okay, it's the same sound at the end of the word, we're just going to use it at the beginning. Zeit, Zunge. Okay, here's the 4 additional letters that are unique to German that we don't have in English. A, right? Sometimes it has an S sound, and sometimes it has an A sound. It kind of depends on where you are at in Germany or Austria or Switzerland. So we'll try this. Äpfel. Spät. So I could make it more of an S sound if I like. Äpfel. Spät. Or more of an A sign. A sound. Äpfel. Spät. Okay, both are used. I usually go Äpfel. Spät. So it kind of switching those two, I make the S sound for Äpfel and the A sound for spät. And that's probably because I spent most of my time in northern Germany. Böse. Lösen. So there's a umlaut O in German. Böse. Lösen. And then this does sound like U, but it's more in the front of your mouth. So U, U, U. Luca. Musen. Luca. Musen. The S set sound. Right, that's the sharp S sound. So S, like a snake hissing. Fuß. Fleißig. Alright, let's look at letter combinations. Two vowel combinations. The AU makes the OW sound. Mouse. Braun. The umlaut A followed by a U makes the OI sound. Häuser. Äußern. The E followed by the I makes the long I sound. Fleisch. Meinen. The E followed by the U makes the same sound as the umlaut A followed by U. So Oi. Hoi. Beutel. I followed by E makes the E sound. Siehst. Viele. So that's kind of important to note. If you see E followed by I, you pronounce the second letter long. I. I followed by E, you pronounce the second letter long. E. So in German, when you see those two letter combinations, I and E, just think of what sound the second letter would make in English, and that's the sound you would use in German. Okay, vowel sounds followed by H tend to be extended. Right? So, Anu, Zana, Anu, Zana. Here's the OH sound. Bona, Kol, Bona, Kol. Notice it's a longer sound than we saw with O previously. UH sound. Ku, Ruhe, Ku, Ruhe. Okay, two consonants together. The CH sound. There's actually two different ways to make this sound. Okay. So both are used. It depends on what vowel precedes. So here's some example. Ich. So it's more soft there. Machen. It's more harsh there. Bach. Okay. So, Okay. Other ones with CH in there. CK sound is just like the CK sound in English. Glück. Haken. Glück. Haken. So in English, the K is silent when you have these two letter combinations. There is no silent K sound in German. So, Knie, Knopf. Notice that I instantly go from the K sound to the N sound. Knie, Knopf. The NG sound is going to sound like N or N. Okay. The G is not going to be as harsh though. Singen. Ringen. Not singen. Ringen. Singen. Bringen. The P followed by the F sound. You got to pronounce both of them. It's like you're exploding the F sound out of your lips. Pfeffer. Pferd. Pfeffer. Pferd. The PH sound does make the same sound as it does in English. Faser. Okay. Phantom. Looks like I have a mispronunciation there. So it should be Faser, not Vasa. Okay. Faser. Phantom. The PS sound. P followed by S. There's no silent P in German. Psychologie. Psychologie, right? So that's really hard for English speakers. Psychologie. Psychologie. Okay, we mentioned Q earlier in the presentation. The Q is not used by itself, it's used in combination with the U. So in English we go qua, but there's no w sound in German, so we replace it with the German equivalent sound, which is v. Kva. Quittung. Quelle. SP at the beginning of the word sounds like spa. Okay, like in the borrowed English word spiel. Hey, what's this guy's spiel? Spielen. Spaß. So just remember, when SP is at the beginning of the word, it makes a spa. There's an extra H sound in there. Sht. The ST sound at the beginning of the word makes a sht sound. Stecken. Stunde. Okay, TH sound does not make the V or F sound. There is no equivalent sound in German. So we just use it just like a T. Theorie. Mathe. Not theory or math, right? Theorie. Mathe. Theorie. Mathe. Okay, some additional combinations. We're almost done here. Sh. So SCH sounds just like the SH in English. Schule. Schiff. Here's a big long combination. DSCH. Makes sound like J. This isn't a very common sound in German, so this is how they approximate the J sound. Jungle. It's not as harsh as it is in English. Jungle. 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 TSCH. Right? So this is like the DSCH. It's going to make the ch sound. You should know this, very familiar in the word tschüss, right? When we say goodbye to somebody. And also Tschechische Republik. Tschechische Republik. Okay. And of course, how do we pronounce this one? All right. So this is a recent word in the German dictionary about 20 years ago. Rindfleisch Etikettierungs-Überwachungsaufgabenübertragungsgesetz. I know I messed that up. So let's try it again. Rindfleisch Etikett. Oh my gosh. Rindfleisch Etikettierung. Oh my. We're gonna. Rindfleisch Etikettierungs-Überwachungsaufgabenübertragungsgesetz. I think I got really close that time. One more time. Rindfleisch Etikettierungs-Überwachungsaufgabenübertragungsgesetz. That's probably as close as I'm going to get. Alright guys. It was nice sharing this with you. Let me know if you have questions.